Hello, lads and ladies, and welcome back for another live stream on the channel today. Back with some more Sky Bet League One Live. Yes, a lot happened this weekend, didn't it? Playoff drama. We've got teams nearly winning promotion. We've got teams going goals up and not seeing out the victory. We've seen teams losing 4-0 at home. Quite embarrassing losing 4-0 at home. We are live tonight for what? An hour and a half. Let's give us some credit there as well. Let me know if you can see and hear me fine in the chat as well. There is good news and there is bad news. We are on our own tonight. We've got no co-host. Oh, hang on. Who sent you the link? Hang on. Who sent you the link?
Chin Chin, how are we?
How have you gone here? I never sent any link.
Well, quick insight. Well, behind the curtain, me and Nappers, before going live, which is why we're slightly late, went to go make a drink each. Nappers has gone and made it successfully and got back on maybe a minute after. And I've gone and smashed one of my new glasses. So I've currently got glass, smashed glass all over my kitchen floor. So happy Sunday, everybody. How are we?
Oh, see, I disagree.
You disagree?
James, Huddersfield fan from Peterborough here, boys. Appreciate the kind words last word. Miller defence maker for us. Evening, chaps. That'd be 6 to the stomach. Evening, lads and ladies. Tell you what, it's 90 here already. Drop me a massive like on the show. As you are tuning in, drop a like and subscribe. With less than 200 away. And I tell you what, he doesn't know I'm going to make this deal. And I don't care. We've not even agreed this. We are currently sat on, let's see how many subscribers we are. Yeah, well, we are. We're currently sat on 16,801 subscriber.
Come on.
If by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we have gained another 20 subscribers, we'll go live for a midweek League One Live. There we are.
Hold on a minute.
Hold
on. Can we not quantify it on goals?
No, because there's like 6 games.
No, there's not. There's about 3.
There's not.
There's not
there's
many.
Loads, mate.
There's not. No, there's not. No, there's not more than 6. There's 4.
4
5,
games.
6. There's 6.
6. You've got Bolton, Rotherham. Bolton are in a promotion race. Peterborough can also win promotion. Birmingham can also win promotion as well. Yeah.
No.
Hey, Peterborough. Huddersfield Wycombe's a massive game.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Reading can salvage 3 points in their survival hopes. Exeter Wigan's a great game. Come on. What's not to like? Evening, fellas. Do you want a stream? You don't have to come on.
Yes, I'll do it. It's fine. That's gonna cost you breakfast at Wembley. I'm joking. I'm only messing.
Can we find the weather stream?
I guess it's nice. Oh, funny chat. There were 4 goals in both of our games yesterday, but unfortunately for your team, you conceded all 4.
No, it's not sparkling water. This is still water in a sparkling water bottle.
Of course it is.
It is, mate. It is.
Yeah, this is vodka cranberry.
Mate, I don't know how to prove it. But
pour it into a glass that I just smashed.
Right.
Can we get a glass?
Have another bottle.
No, not going to work.
It will. Come on.
No, it won't. You can't sit.
I'm a master at work here.
Show us the bottom. Show us the bottom quickly. Show us the bottom quickly. No. Oh.
I don't drink sparkling water.
Oh.
Can I just say, by the way, those tuning in now thinking, what are they doing?
We're not talking about football, people.
And I'm putting water in the water bottle. There you are. Still water. I just thought it's still water. What have I just seen? Hello, how are you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wembley Way Riz next week. You know it.
Birmingham, ole, ole, ole. Hello, lads and ladies. As we start with the donation, I love that man. I love that man more than anything. Thank you so much. You to me are everything. There you are. Mate.
Did you read the bottom? Did you read the bottom of that? Kershaw saying that we're going to be joining you in League Two soon.
Right. How was your weekend, mate? Quickly before we.
Weekend was class, mate. I had a nice day out in London with Sue and Sarah, making sure we didn't get shanked in the East End of London. It was good. It was a good day out. Good game of football, which I'm sure there are Charlton fans in here that will say they probably should have won, but I think we should have won. So, because I'm a Lincoln fan, obviously. So, yeah, no, it was a good weekend, mate. Good game, good company. Lovely ham ciabatta that Sue made. Excellently put together. Lovely rocky road. Best cathedral. But yeah, no, look, it was it was nice, mate. It was a good game. And then today, been productive. I've seen my old flatmate Chloe. Been out for a nice coffee. So yeah, no, it's been good. How was your week? How was comms? Because of course I got a mention.
You did, yeah. I'm in a bit of a dilemma, and I will put it to the viewers watching. Right,
here we go.
We've got 5 games to go. I will make no bones about it. I'm thinking about quitting the vlogs at the end of the season. Now it's not on views. Talk of views, to be fair, I've stayed the same. I mean, I'm enjoying it still to a degree. Don't get me wrong. But I totally understand people prefer me being in the stands with the atmosphere. There's none of it at Fleetwood, by the way. Can I just classify that? And I've been able to obviously have the microphone. It sounds a little bit crisper. Would you like the commentary videos to continue, or are you more bothered about being in the stands, because that's probably not going to happen next season? So if you would like to let us know in the chat, that'd be greatly appreciated, because I'm still on now. And do I carry on with the commentary videos, or should I just let them go and leave the season on a high? So let
another donation, Ben.
Yeah, again, Billy, £2 with a donation. Yeah, thank you so much, Billy.
What win yesterday, by the way?
Exactly. If you could let us know, that will be appreciated. Yeah, it was all right. Scoreline was horrible. I mean, imagine winning 4-0. Imagine someone having a channel called 4-0 written up. Like, how selfish.
Imagine conceding to Shimanga.
Imagine having a channel called 4-0 written all over it. Can I just say in the commentary, without even thinking about it, I went, yeah, it's got 4-0 written all over it. Thinking, oh, that's the normal thing. Oh, it's not a normal thing to say. So, yeah, thanks a lot. I don't like him. Yeah.
You could just do Birmingham content, Ben, since that's pretty popular.
Please do. Please do. Thank you very much, Parmex. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I get bored with it. Thank you very much for those comments. I do really appreciate it. I will.
Comms are good, Ben. I will give you massive credit. You are very good at commentary. You are getting better at commentary. I think you are. Your videos are very good, mate. I enjoy them.
Thank you very much.
The echo, the sentiment of the chat is. Oh, sorry, Ben. Sorry. Someone just went past my window. Sorry.
Talking to speed cameras, Barnsley are the new speed cameras in Sky Bet League One, because they are pretty diabolical. Barnsley have taken 18 points from their 18 matches within 2025 this year, winning 5-1 against Lincoln. The last win came at home against Lincoln, drawing 3 and losing on 10 occasions. Barnsley have also lost 6 of their last 9 away league games. However, it came against a rampant Birmingham City side who have now won 10 home games on the spin for the first time. Birmingham City are unbeaten in their last 9 league games against sides from Yorkshire. An unbelievable victory. They're just too good at football, aren't it? You know, they're too good at football, Jake.
They are pretty good, aren't they? They are pretty good. Admittedly, it helps, doesn't it, that De Giovinazzi gets sent off after 3 minutes. But, yeah, I've seen a lot of reaction on Barnes' end that they thought it was maybe harsh, but I can understand where the ref's coming from with the covering defender. but it does give them a leg up, doesn't it? It massively gives them a leg up. And once Birmingham get in front, pretty difficult to stop. I mean, Mansfield, Barnsley did get themselves sort of level through Keeler Dunn, but pretty much, the sub, I think it was at half time, wasn't it, of Alfie May, just completely turned the game in Birmingham's favour. 4 goal involvements as a substitute is pretty ludicrous, and it just shows you that if Birmingham are putting Alfie May on at half time after, in a pretty crucial game that could tee up promotion on Tuesday night, they've got a serious squad, because he's scored 20 goals at this level, Ben, for the last 3 years before this season. So
he was brilliant for the third goal as well.
Yeah, the squad, the quality of squad they've got is an absolute joke. And to be fair, I mean, they just took it away from Barnsley, didn't they? I mean, the self-proclaimed, or Napper's proclaimed, best midfield in the league got completely overran by Pagan and Water and the boys in Royal Blue.
Come on, no, don't bring that up.
That
was at the start of the. I thought I'd stamp my authority and say, can I just?
Sorry, Blues fan. What you're going to be doing is so imagine Birmingham City are a girl, and they're they're getting ready in the room upstairs, and they've got the window open. And what you are is this boy who's really annoyed them by saying that Barnsley have the best midfield in the league. And what you're doing is you walk up to a window just underneath outside, and you've got a boom box, and you're playing love songs. You're going, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I said.
Need to know now. No.
Will you love me again?" Absolutely.
Alfie May, bear in mind that has had a bit of an ego being the best player in the team, the best striker within League One over the last 3 years. Him and Clark Harris, I would say, have been probably the best strikers in League One for the last 4 or 5 years. I would go as far as I don't think there's been many better for the pedigree of the goal scored. In the last 4 seasons alone, he scored 26, 22, 27 and 15. He scored 14 and got 8 assists. He started 23 games and played 38 games. This is a Birmingham City side that, although they scored 71 goals, which is, bear in mind, absolutely phenomenal and the most in the division, for a side that are 11 points clear of second, are 17 points clear, and they've won 28 games, you'd think they'd score a lot more goals than they would do. But what they are so good at is getting the job done. However, when teams are going to them, they are sitting back like you wouldn't believe. Barnsley had a go, to be fair to them. Obviously, they had to a little bit. They went down early on and the counteracting the shape. And you saw Birmingham finally really batter someone. They batted it 15, 20 occasions this time, where a lot of the time where they batted them 1-2-0 or 1-3-0, love a 3-0. And they do that really well. They've lost 3 times all season. Yes, they spent loads of money. It's a real shame that all Jay Stansfield goals don't count because, he scored another penalty, so it doesn't count. Shut up.
I think my point on Wednesday was pretty valid.
As well, last year, Portsmouth got, I think, 11 penalties. If you get the ball into the box more than any other team in the division, and Birmingham are going to do that by a landslide,
I think
you're going to get more fouls.
Let me finish. My point is valid, Ben. That it is. I have been disappointed in the fact that he hasn't scored more than 7 non-pen goals. But I'm not discounting the fact that he scores penalties because they're hard to score. You look how many penalties are missed, especially by. No, hold on. You're not listening to me, Ben. Here, there's a surprise. Ben, don't listen to me. I still think you can be disappointed because of a player of that caliber. Maybe should have more than the amount of non-pen goals he has got.
He still put the ball in the back of the net 18 times.
Of course he does. Yeah, no question about that.
Right, you can say the same about Bruno Fernandes, stat padding. I think that obviously next season, I think he'll thrive in a better league. I really do. Correct. Fantastic. Boss. I think Kieran Dowell's been an absolutely fantastic signing since coming in. He scored 4 in 14. I remember his time at Sheffield United in 18-19, where he went briefly in, I think, on loan at the time, where they had that Kieran Dowell, and he sang in the concourse to Stoke away when they won promotion. I remember that. And look, it's a great win for them. Ben Davies again involved. Fantastic. Clara and Davies are a cracking
Fleetwood.
pair. What?
Ex-Fleetwood.
No, I never said that. Clara and Ben Davies are a cracking pair. Centre-backs. You've got Cochrane and Laird out on the wing backs, who are, for me, underrated as anything. Paisley Watt are probably the worst part of the team. You know, they're just all right.
They're not as good as Barnsley's midfield. Luca Connell, Charley,
Russell and Luca Connell, yeah.
They can't compete.
They won't sleep. They sleep briefly now. Kieran Dell in front. I am still waiting for this Birmingham City side to be found out. So I shall wait to see that. Look, they've answered every one of my questions before. Can they do it? Can they do it tough? Can they really outpower teams? And Birmingham City fans, honestly, League One is a tougher league than it is. And they've just come in. I think League One hasn't really been a great example this year of what we've seen with Sunderland and stuff. But this Birmingham City side have tactically been assured and got the job done in difficult moments. Look, the home form has been fantastic. You know, to win 18 of the last 20 at home, you know, they drew the opening game of the season. It is absolutely fantastic. Look, one of those wins probably should have been a draw. You know, that penalty against Lincoln. Correct. Yeah. Yep. No, it was never a penalty. Yeah, you know, I agree with you. Probably should have been a foul in Lincoln's favour. And
yeah, I agree.
Lincoln that occasion.
What the lad did to Sam Clucas.
I tell you what, Lincoln was so fortunate that they had 5 touches in the Birmingham half.
Mate. Yeah, it's deserved, mate.
Can I just say thank you for my paycheck for that month because it looks pretty. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great result for Birmingham. An expected goal of 3.68 yesterday. Barnsley had 6 shots on target. Barnsley's owners coming out after the game saying they've got a top 3 squad. They are miles off it. They are so far off it. Look, they had to play Kieran Flavel in goal recently as well, a young lad as well. They're so far off it in multiple different positions as well. But let's talk about 6, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Great victory for them as well. We'll move on. I'll let you start off with the next game as well as I frantically get my notes up. And it was Peterborough 0, Northampton 4, a local affair.
It's more than a local affair, mate. It's a derby about a river. Now, if you don't know, get to know. Yeah, I mean, neither of us saw this coming, did we? Really? I think we both predicted Peterborough wins in our predictions on Wednesday night. Posh were, there's 6 points now taken from Cobblers against Posh this year, which I'm sure that the lads at the It's All Cobblers to Me pod that we both know pretty well will be extremely happy with that. Looking forward to hearing their relocation in the morning when I get to work. Yeah, they were flawless, Northampton, and it feels like this was the performance where everything clicked under Kevin Nolan, who, you're right, Ben, you said it on TikTok Live last night. I do owe a massive apology to Kevin Nolan. Perhaps I wasn't inspired by his appointment, given his antics at Orient, his antics at Notts County either. I wasn't massively buzzing about it, but he's come in, stripped him back to basics, like we say, and yesterday they had the flair going forward. Everything went in for them. Sam Hoskins, I don't think there could have been a more popular goal scorer with his long servingness of Northampton. You've got Tom Eaves scoring, Dara Costello, who, to me, Ben, are pretty much the League One Crouch and Defoe in terms of big man, little man, aren't they? That, you know, you've got Tom Eaves, who's such a threat in the air, area league, wins headers, comes back and helps out the defence. You've got Costello, who you would have seen at Accrington play against Fleetwood this year, I would guess, in the game which you had at Highbury. Did he play, Ben?
Say again.
Did Dara? You don't listen to me, do you? Did Costello play against Fleetwood this season at the start of the year when you played him at home? Yeah. So. Yeah, it come against the script really. Northampton were looking like they were going to get dragged back into the bottom 4 race.
Hang on,
she's done it again, hasn't she? She's done it again.
The best brownies, the best cake, best rocky roads, best cathedral, best dog, best card maker, best, I don't know what else, best ham, best couch. Best driver. There we are. My favourite lady. Thank you very much.
You'll make enemies if you call her your favourite lady. You've got a couple in the chat after your art tonight, by the looks of it. So I'll just get steady, mate. But yeah, this was a. What are you looking at me like that for? I'm sure you can save that money and spend it at Wembley, mate, can't you? But yeah, I mean, they were massively helped by a moment of absolute stupidity from Teo Widun, who has, since arriving at Peterborough, been sent off in both local derbies. He got sent off away at Cambridge, didn't he, when they won 2-0? Or what was it? It might have been 1-0. And then he got sent off against Cobblers yesterday. So, yeah, for Northampton, it all but secures the place in the league next season. I think, he put it on 40, 46. Maybe they need only one more win from their last 5 games. Certainly doable for them. For Peterborough, I mean, it was the end of their season a while ago. They've probably got the points needed to stay up now. But I really didn't see this one coming. A great win for Cobblers, a great away end as well. I mean, I don't know, Ben, but Peterborough just don't seem to give teams a full allocation of away fans anymore.
So basically, I think that
after Pompey last year, they decided not to do it.
Yeah, I think McCanty, unless they will sell it out, I think. Thank you for the donation, by the way, the Birchwood Vampires. So happy that.
I live on the Birchwood. You live on the Birchwood.
Thank you very much for the donation. Look, Peterborough had won 8 of the last 10 league games against Northampton prior to this. Won 5-1 last year that you exemplified. It's the first loss at home in 7 for Peterborough. I think it's the first loss in 2025 at London Road for Borough.
They got another one coming on Tuesday, haven't they?
They've been a lot better at home recently as well. Northampton have lost one of their last 9. Have lost one of their last 9 away league games. They've been really strong away from home in recent weeks, drawing 4, winning 4, winning away at Leyton Orient was a great victory for them on that occasion. It's been at home where they've struggled to find a little bit of consistency to really get them away. And that's the thing with Northampton. They'd win, they'd get them away. That win takes them 7 clear. They are probably needing one more victory just to make sure of safety. But it's a great victory for them. And look, they're away for me since February onwards. And to be fair, they managed to beat the side that they should, Bristol Rovers at home. No surprise.
Who?
You know something? You know what this man's got me doing around the house? I just start saying to myself, Bristol Rovers! Honestly,
that's what you call influence, mate. I'm an influencer now.
They won away at Mansfield. They won away at Mansfield 1-0. They beat Huddersfield at Wycombe. They got a point away at Cambridge. They got a point against Birmingham. They beat Leyton Orient. They point against Stockport, point away at Exeter, regular points, which is good.
Yeah,
they've lacked a little bit of real.
Je ne sais quoi up front.
Yeah, a little bit of Parmesan cheese on your pasta. You know what I mean? They've got the
Parmigiano.
Yeah, Parmigiano. Yeah, so the garlic bread. Yes,
You've never been to Italy in your life, have you, boy?
No, I've not. I don't venture out of St. Anne's very much. That's half my problem. No, it's a great victory for them. They are missing the Sam Shering. They're missing the Mark Leonard, and they're missing Bowie. They are missing. That's Kieran Bowie, not David Bowie, by the way. They are, but a great victory for them and deserved it. Now, I had frantically this on my homepage when I was walking to the ground, having some food before the game, and then getting into the ground where I saw Burton going down to 10 men. And I've been living and breathing this relegation battle with David. Genuinely, I have been. Honestly,
right, he's mentioned you first, Dave, not me. He told me that I'd be the first to mention him this week.
No. And because I've just been cheating, because I understand what he's going through. Look, in 2025, Burton Albion have been okay. You look at it, they're 13th in the side. The issue is at home, 3 wins, 3 draws, 4 defeats. At home, which isn't that bad, 15 goals scored, 15 against. Away, 5 wins, 4 draws, 5 defeats. They have got 4 of their last 6. At home, they play Huddersfield and Birmingham in that 6 as well. Birmingham City like that big, something, Birmingham City, it's 5 games. Don't worry about it. 5 games, and our goal difference might take a hit. Keep it down to 1-0. Good result, lads.
Correct.
That's the approach they have. But the 13th, by the way, can I just say, in 2024, Burton Albion
won 1 home game.
3 more points than Lincoln City. So
in 2024, in 2024, they have more points.
2025.
Oh right, well, there you are then.
There you are. I think Gary Bowley's done a really good job at the football club. Look, They are very reliant on. Do you know what it reminds me of, Burton Albion? Do you know the series Ted Lasso, the series 3, where Zava comes in and they just start winning loads of games? That's Bodvarsson. He goes out, and then Burton are thinking, what's the point? We've got nobody. We've got no hope.
Hold on. Not true. Not true.
They've got Charlie Webster, who got sent off yesterday. Not the greatest of examples. Got sent off yesterday. But they are missing a bod. They are. If they had Bodvarsson in that team, I'd be a bit more positive about them. Look, it's going to be hard these next 6 games, and I'd love them to stay up. They've done well to battle. We'll come to Wrexham in a minute, but it's tough. Red card for Charlie Webster. Yes. Was it a red, in your opinion?
Yes.
For me, it is a red. The penalty kick, was it a penalty in your eyes?
No.
I think so. For the penalty kick, I'll let you say it, because we've got to be careful because Wrexham fans will come at us.
Yeah, I know they will, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've seen a couple of Wrexham accounts say that they were pretty fortunate with the penalty, but the red card for me, as soon as I saw it, obviously I was watching in the back of the car while in London traffic. I thought Charlie Webster's given the referee a decision to make there, and when I saw the alternative angles, I can completely understand why the referee's given it. It's high, it's reckless. He jumps in with both feet. And do you know what? It's a real shame for Charlie Webster, I think, because he's not that type of player. He's, since the red card that I think he got against Charlton, he's come on so far, leaps and bounds. He showed his talent. He showed he can score goals, unfortunately, in some games. But that he's not that sort of player, but he it's a red card, Ben. It's high, it's reckless, it's 2 feet off the floor. I think Seb Stockbridge, who often gets referee decisions wrong, I think he got that one spot on, personally.
I think the red card, the player goes in to Max Crocombe. Max Crocombe is there to get the ball. He can't move out his way, and he's obstructing his thingy. The goalkeeper doesn't do anything wrong. And it's a very hard. It doesn't he doesn't foul him, but he's in obstructing the play from moving, but he's there to play the ball.
Sam Smith gets the penalty.
He's done well. It's clever.
Of course he has. Clever. Yeah, it's never. Now look, I'm a goalkeeper, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You mention that.
Why?
Because no women want to keep. Yeah.
Pot kettle black, mate, isn't it? That.
Well, yeah, you can't be kept if you don't get into a relationship.
Yeah,
you stay single.
Yeah,
you can't be kept.
It wasn't a penalty. Sam Smith's play acting has won the penalty there, and it's not the first time Wrexham have had a penalty, which maybe wasn't a penalty. But Crocombe, for me, I think you can criticise him a little bit. If he comes out a little bit quicker, then maybe it's seen as a yellow card for Smith and a foul, and you make Stockbridge see if you can get him to even the game up. But yeah, it's never a penalty, mate. It isn't. Sam Smith rolling around on the floor wins that penalty, and I think, like we said about Birmingham winning penalties at home, when you are a club that are, I wouldn't say Wrexham are a big club at this league because they're probably not, but when they've got the influence that they have in modern day, and when you're like your Birmingham City in this league, you've got loads of fans there screaming for a penalty. That
I can probably see why he's giving it.
At that end, it probably sways his thinking. I think he's got it wrong. That's not a penalty.
I think I can see why he's giving it. I think it is soft, and I'm not saying it's because it's Wrexham. I think that I would say if it was Birmingham, I would say, because I think they've had a few debatable ones, but I think Wrexham have had plenty of penalty kicks that's not been given for them this year. So it will even.
Look at you getting them on side. Look, hey, look at you going. Well, it's not a penalty, but Wrexham fans, don't worry, I've got you back. Hey, look at you, Nappers.
Please like and subscribe.
They'll be gone next year.
Great victory for them. Look, Sam Smith, he's come in and scored lots of goals, hasn't he? He could be, it was raised eyebrows at the fee, and he's done well since going.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on. Scored 5 and 13.
So going back on the penalty, sorry to drag it out. If that's Burton away at Wrexham, did Burton get that penalty?
No.
If that's Barnsley away at St Andrews.
I don't
Did
think
Barnsley
so.
get that penalty?
No.
Tells you everything.
Yeah. Well, 5-13 for Sam Smith in Scarlet League 1, 4 Wrexham and 16 goals for the season as well.
Goal was good.
11, good. 16, 14 goals in League 1 in the last few years. It's fantastic. Jack Marry scoring a goal as well. Longman's assist, by the way. Down the channel, very, very nice as well.
It was a really good run from Sam Smith for the second goal, wasn't it? Really good run.
And look, there was worries over him leaving Reading, wasn't it? For how would he do? How would he settle in a little bit? Well, you thought you were going to make a joke, didn't you? There was worries. Wrexham fans will now be thinking, stay with me and get promoted to the Championship.
Well, yeah. Look, Wrexham have got the cards at the minute, haven't they? Because they're 6 points in front. Wycombe have a game in hand, and that game in hand is against Huddersfield away on Tuesday.
And they're in better form. And Wrexham know how to skin a cat at this end of the season.
And Huddersfield beat Wycombe earlier in the season, so Wrexham will be thinking confidently. I mean, they've got some crunch games to go, but they're certainly in the driving seat.
Can I just also point this out? You know the similarities of us and Burton. Fleetwood didn't have a penalty from January 2023 till April 2024. Didn't have a penalty. Shrewsbury away was we got 2 in one game, David, in a relegation battle. If we'd have won that game, we'd have said that we was 1-0 up and 1-1 with 15 minutes to go. We'd have won the game.
Oh, no. Wigan at home, Burton are going to get 2 penalties and they're going to miss one. Well, they're going to miss both of them, maybe.
We missed 2, Boston and Charlton 2, Lincoln 2. Prior to this one, Charlton won each of their last 8 home league games by a combined 17 goals to 2 scoreline. Their best winning run since December 1980. This is the first time since New Year's Day Charlton have failed to win at home. Lincoln City have won just one of their last 10 away league games against Charlton. 2-1 win in April 2022. Who were your goal scorers that day, Jake?
Morgan Whittaker and Anthony Scully.
What are they gone and done?
Well, one of them's done all right for himself, hasn't he? And the other one's on loan at Colchester. So
Your
tormentor, Anthony Scully.
One of those types of games where Lincoln, you go a goal up very early, and then you go a goal
early. It was half an hour in,
17 minutes.
It felt like
early on in the game. Yeah. First 20 minutes, early goal, and then you settle into the game. Charlton have a lot of the ball. Lincoln sat in a shape, counteracted that, came out, scored an early goal in the second half. It's 4 minutes early enough. It is a great goal. And then after that, Lincoln sit in, try and see out a game, which they've shown so often this season they cannot do. Macaulay Gillespie gets them back in it, and Greg Doherty. Charlton will probably feel unfortunate not to go and win the game, really, after that. Lincoln defended well to a degree. You have to do it. I think they'll be in that end with 15 minutes to go. There'll probably be thoughts of Charlton will go and get a third.
I thought so.
When you're thinking about it,
and they got the crowd behind them. That the
crowd behind them.
They were really good.
That
stand behind the goal. They were once they got one. I thought, my God, they're going to go and get 4.
A bit like at Huddersfield when you kept saying that to me.
Yeah.
But obviously, not the fans weren't the same, was it?
No,
they didn't have the massive stand behind the goal, did they? No. Again, were Lincoln slightly fortunate to be a 2 goals up?
No, we were
otherwise.
No, yeah. Oh, here we go. Let me look at the stats. David's told you to say that to wind me up, hasn't he? Yeah.
And apparently, you couldn't hear the Lincoln boys singing as well. Apparently,
well, David couldn't.
I couldn't hear it, so you weren't loud.
No, look. First sort of 15 minutes, we were filling each other out. Charlton started well. They had a lad on the right. I think it was Thierry Small, number 26. He's good. He's really good.
He scored the winner against Shrewsbury at home, I think.
Yeah, he's got some really quick feet, and I thought he was very,
He'll
very
be a Premier League player soon.
I
think.
Yeah. First 15 minutes,
vibes.
Yeah, first 15 minutes, I thought they were better than us. George made a really good save. And then we scored from a set piece again. Ole. What a surprise.
Who made a save?
Oh, sorry, Gigi made a save.
That's it.
Yeah, it was a really good save.
Sue will love that.
She will, yeah. Anyways, because we'll come on to Gigi a little bit later.
There we are, better.
And then we go one. Then we go 1-0 up, Ben. And you know when you go 1-0 up and you've got nothing to play for, and the other team needs something, you got them. Like we had Charlton, they were out of ideas. They were passing backwards and sideways. The crowd were getting on the back. I was thinking, oh my God, we've got Charlton who have been unbelievable at the Valley, like for the whole of 2025 and pretty much all this season have been really good at the Valley. We've got them. We've literally got them. And then we get to half time thinking, this is fine. This is exactly what I want. Then we go and score the second one. It's a great goal from James Collins. He's such a good number 9, Ben. Like, he's so good. Like, at no point when he got the ball from Ben House did I think he's not going to score. I had every faith in him that he was going to put it away. It's a great finish, similar to his one against Bristol Rovers. Anyway, and then we let him in. And it was the exact same at Huddersfield. You know what you're saying? You're saying, right, we're 2-0 up. Don't concede. I was saying to you, Ben, at half time when I went at Huddersfield, don't concede early. First sort of 10, 15 minutes, keep it tight, frustrate them, time waste, do whatever, right?
Yeah.
And we let them score early. And unfortunately, my favourite midfielder, aka not my favourite midfielder, Mr. CMG, just doesn't do the basics. He doesn't clear the ball. They then get a shot, get a corner. Gillespie scores. We have a chance to clear it in between. We should clear it. And then the second one is equally as frustrating because you look at it and there's 3 players just stood around watching him. I thought once this got the first, we changed shape and we actually stopped them pretty well. I think we went 3-5-2 and we stopped them. We sort of killed the vibe a little bit. Yeah, I knew that was. I knew you were looking at. I don't particularly care. And they got the second one. But George should save it, right? George should save it. It is near post. The only thing I can say is it does come through a crowd of bodies. So, and then Charlton, to be fair, once they got the second, I thought, right, this is it, wave after wave, and it wasn't massively wave after wave. We got to the last 5 minutes and we could have nicked it. Like there's a penalty appeal on Freddie Draper, which I thought would have been soft, but his shirt was pulled. I'm not saying it's a penalty. We got to the last 5 minutes and exactly that. He spot on.
What a legend, by the way.
He is a legend.
£5 donor. Thank you very much, Heath.
We're doing some Soccer Saturday thing, where they go on a night out in the.
Get me involved.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. George then made a really good save right at the end because they had a header at the back post and thought, oh my God, Chucks and EK off the bench again. But Gigi made a really good save. So, look, ultimately, I'm coming away from the game frustrated. Would I have taken a point at 3 o'clock? Yeah. Would I have taken a point at 4:15? No. So, look, Charlton will say they probably should have won it. You'll look at the stats and go, Charlton should have won it. But we had Charlton for like an hour. We had Charlton. So, I'm happy with the performance. I'm happy with the result. And it's a good performance. If we can play like that on Saturday against Shrewsbury, then we'll absolutely tonk them.
I don't look at the stats like that. You look at it and you don't know the scoreline. You of course think Charlton going to win, but when you're 2-0 up away at the Valley, tough place to go. Won 8 games on the spin. Only scored twice. So you only conceded 2 in the last 9 at home. By the way, this Charlton side, because game before drew 0-0. Against Reading at home. Mm-hmm. So they've been really good. Look, you're probably shocked. Your game plan all of a sudden. I don't think anyone inside that saying things Lincoln are going to be 2-0 up after 49 minutes. Mm-hmm. Not even yourself, who's quite optimistic about the side. You probably think maybe 1-0, 2, and then all of a sudden your game plan changes, and then they have to come at you. They're chasing down the top 2. They probably think the top 6 is safe a little bit. Now they do. It's a great point for them. It shows character, shows endeavour. A point they wouldn't have got last year. And the crowd stayed with them as well.
Nathan Jones, Ben. I'll give credit to Nathan Jones. He made subs that changed the game.
Yeah, he did.
And he's a good manager like that.
To be fair, normally Skabala makes subs that change the game. Just not.
Well, certainly subs that maybe push him. Maybe subs that that he brings on, then brings them off with 5 minutes to go, and then he gets he puts his hand out to give him a handshake, and he just F off.
Yeah, exactly. Exeter 0, Stockport 2. Exeter have lost their last 3 home footballing games against Stockport after losing just one of the prior 15 games at St James's Park, where they won 11 of whom. Stockport have won 5 of the last 6 Football League games against Exeter, certainly got their number as County get another vital win towards where they want to be in the playoffs. They've won 3 on the spin, 4 wins in 5, their 21st victory of the season, up to 74 points. 9 in front of Reading. Yes, Reading have got a game in hand. In 2025, Stockport have been brilliant, and they've been 5th in the table. They are 4th. So that sustainable top playoff team. They've never really been a top 2 team, but they've had a couple of runs in November time where they lost 5 at Wycombe, where they weren't great. But since then, 5th in the table. They've won 8 at home in this calendar year. Only lost once. And doing 13 out of 24 is a really good tally. 44 points as well. Only Leyton Orient, Wrexham, Charlton, and Birmingham have got more points than County this year. Blackpool, the other team inside that top 6 in this calendar year as well. Great win for them. Two goals for that main man. He just again started to come good, isn't he, Carl Wotton as well? Yeah. Great victory for them, and that certainly gets them into the playoffs.
Yeah, ex-imp Carl Wotton as well. So happy to see him scoring goals.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, for me, Ben, Stockport are safe in the playoffs now. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be pushing top 2. They had an opportunity, didn't they? But they're
7 points off now.
Yeah, it's a long ask, and Wrexham just look like they're completely wrapped it up. So, I mean, I say that now, and then you just watch them crumble to something in the last 5 games. But yeah, no, it was routine from Stockport. I thought, particularly they played really well. Never really let Exeter into the game whatsoever. When you score so early in a game away from home, back to, 2 goals in 20 minutes, they had Exeter, and Exeter are a team that struggled to score naturally. So, yeah, it was a good performance, a good win at this point of the season. Ben, now that they're pretty much confirmed to be in the playoffs, it's just about getting results and trying to gather momentum together, isn't it? Because they know they're going to be there. They've just got to win consistently between now and the end of the season, go into the playoffs with as much momentum as they can do, and try and get themselves promoted back to back, because that would be, I can't remember the last time, Ben, we've had in League One where 2 newly promoted clubs went through the league the other way. I remember, I know it happens once or twice, but it doesn't happen. 2 teams don't often go up together. So, yeah, good performance and good win for Stockport. Top 2's out of the conversation, but they can certainly go and maybe get to Wembley, depending on who they play in the semi-final. But good win, really solid. They're gathering a bit of momentum, and under Dave Challoner, mate, who's a really good gaffer. Who knows what they can achieve? They could achieve something really special. I think they already have achieved something particularly special already.
Yeah, 100%. I think getting to 80 points would be remarkable. We've got 167 of you in, and half of you aren't subscribers a lot of the time. So if you could drop us a subscription, we're 197 away from 17k. Now we've got this today. We've got a video in the week as well. We've got a stream in the week as well. We've got a vlog on Saturday, and we've got a vlog on Sunday at a random cup game. Now, I won't say where, but it's at 3:00 at Wembley. Between 2 League One clubs. So if you could subscribe, help us get to 17,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit it this week. It's ambitious, but we can do it if you could subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Probably one of the results of the weekend, and not the most flashiest of games, but Reading beating Wycombe. Now, we'll go to Reading first, because I always think it's nice to praise the side that have won the game. I really do. I think that, yes, I ripped into Fleetwood a lot before I praised Swindon a little bit. So I do apologise to Swindon fans for that, to be fair. But Reading won 6 of the last 7 home league games against Wycombe, though they did lose it the exact fixture 2-1 last season to the Chairboys. Wycombe won one of their last 6 away games, drawing 3 of whom as well. That sole victory did come recently at Rotherham 3-2 on that Tuesday night. Underdogs. Now, they seem to be, I think people think they're worse than they are. They've had 11 league games. They've won 4 and they've drawn 4. they've lost 3. Now, the games that they've lost, one's to Wrexham, one's to Birmingham, and one's to Reading. Now, the Wrexham one's tough because it's nothing in that game, and Wrexham won it. Type of game they've won all season, to be fair, Wrexham, by that odd goal. The draws worry me for Wycombe. The performances worry me. They haven't been convincing even when they've won. They weren't great against Rotherham when I watched them, to be fair.
Well,
and yes, I know. And you look at the victories against Lincoln, Bristol Rovers, and Burton Albion, of the 3 of the victories as well. They weren't great in those games. Now, you even go to the games where they've drawn as well. I know we're not talking about Reading. We will give Reading a mention in a minute.
Let's talk about Reading. Wycombe.
Yeah, and then immediately after that. But you look at, I do worry for Wycombe in a way that I don't think they've been brilliant for a little while since Dodds came in. I think they've lost their identity. They've lost the spark. They were great at the start of the season. I do feel they've lost their life a little bit. Away at Peterborough, they got a last-minute equaliser. At Birmingham, they were in the game at 1-0. Yes, I know Birmingham were dominant in terms of everything else. Wrexham 1-0. They are in games, but I just worry that there's not a spark there.
Yeah, Dodds hasn't got the experience, has he?
I thought it was a poor appointment.
Yeah, I thought they would go out and get someone that's maybe got promoted out of this league before, rather than go down the head coach who's never had a first team job properly on his own. Yeah, I do. I'm not quite sure he's made the impact that Wycombe fans would have wanted, and I know a couple of Wycombe fans, and they're just disappointed in the way that they play at home. They often draw. They struggle to defend the low block. They can't. They struggle to get around it, and
there's only one way to beat them, and that's around the back.
Well, all right, Paul Barnes.
John Barnes.
Paul Barnes is an ex-colleague of mine. Apologies, John Barnes. Sorry, Paul, to drag your name into this. John Barnes. You're spewing your sparkling water all over the place.
What an imbecile.
I'm just here to give you a paycheck, remember, Nappers. So
oh, you've done that for the last month, believe me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Dodds has quite been as good as they maybe would have wanted. I'm sure he's a great coach, and I'm sure his idea is fantastic the way he wants to play football. But ultimately, at this part of the season, when he came in, they just needed to win. And Wycombe in the first half of the season, Ben, I would say, were probably one of the best teams to watch in the league. They've completely drained the personality out of the team. They've got no clear signs of build up. They're too over reliant on Richard Kone to produce a moment of magic. And ultimately, when someone as good as Kone is playing, teams will try and mark him out of the game. We tried to do it. Teams will do it and be successful. So, yeah, I'm been disappointed, and I sort of think with Wycombe that they've been up there all season, and then I feel like they're gonna have to settle for the playoffs, and I feel like they're gonna be like Bolton of last year, where they're gonna go.
No, to be fair, I don't. I think Bolton ended up with some momentum because he won a few on the spin. Maybe like Peterborough.
I can see this Wycombe team winning a couple of games to get a little bit of momentum.
Can you see what I mean by the argument of, so when you look through the playoff, right, where Stockport have been that sustainable team all year round, and they are going in with a bit of momentum to be fair, Stockport.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, for 41 games, he's been in, because they won the first 3, and they've been out of it briefly as well. But I'd say 85% of the season, Stockport have been in the playoffs. So they kind of have always just been fighting to stay in the playoffs, and now they've got the gap. Whereas you are right, when Wycombe haven't thought about the playoffs one bit, really, probably until maybe the last 5 or 6 games where playoffs is a thought. You don't want players where Stockport, all they're doing, their focus is win. And then they kind of think, top 2's not far. Oh, no, playoffs is fine. That's kind of been like a 1% goal. Whereas Wycombe, you are right there, I'll give you that, where you kind of, if they were to drop into it, whereas Charlton, again, have just been tunnel focused just to get... Charlton's aims have never been top 2, really. Stockport's aims have never been top 2. Bolton's aim hasn't been top 2 for about 37 games of their 40-game season. So you are right.
Yeah. Well, I am right. You're right. Absolutely. It's disappointing for them, isn't it? And I feel like they're going to be going into these playoffs with no momentum, and it's a real shame for Wycombe because they've been really good all season. And for them to fall at the last hurdle, I'm sure Wrexham fans are laughing and enjoying it. But for me, Ben, they've been one of the best teams that I've watched. The performance they put in at our place was one of the most enjoyable to watch as an opposition fan. So, yeah, I think I don't know. I just think they maybe could have gone and got someone experienced at winning at getting promoted out of this league, like a Des. Someone that knows what they're doing to get promoted. But for Reading, Ben, this was a really good win, obviously, with everything going on, to play against Wycombe, who are a really well-fancied team, and to beat them at home there was a bit of an extra crowd on, wasn't there? Because there's all this talk about what it could be their penultimate home game, and potentially their last home game if they're not bought, which hopefully it doesn't get to that point, is against us on Good Friday. So I'm hoping that I'm going to the Madejski not for the last time ever on Good Friday. But what a win!
Recently as well.
Yeah, they've been given to the 22nd of April to sell, and our game.
May, you mean?
No, 22nd of April he's got to sell.
I thought it was the end of the season.
No, so they've got to have he's got to prove that it was the 4th of April. He's got to prove that he's trying to sell the club. He's gonna sell the club.
Do you think they're any closer?
Any
Reading fans, can you let us know?
Doesn't sound like it, mate. But still, great of the local community to get out and support the team, get them over the line. Is in a really big win for them.
Adam, if you can give us an update, that'd be brilliantly.
Hopefully, there's a buyer. I mean, I don't know what Rob Couig's doing, Adam. Whether he's getting himself involved or if he's part of a consortium that's going to buy. Look, at this point, Ben, anyone that's not Die Young is a great owner. Me and you could buy the football club.
Owner. You don't want the wrong.
No, absolutely.
But deep on Chansiri, do you?
You need to get rid of him. You need to get rid of him, regardless. Whoever comes in, you need to get rid of him. Yeah. So, yeah, it's.
What do you say? You need to get rid of him.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, to be fair, that sentence is what most of my viewers say to me.
Oh, is it?
You need to get rid of him. You need to get rid of him.
Yeah. Talk about the game, mate.
Great victory for them. Harvey Nibbs, fantastic. When it gets tough, Reading get tougher. 65 points. They were poor in the week. That ended up, I think, an 11-game unbeaten run for them. But the way they bounced back, bit of a stat for you. Only Charlton have as many points in their last, in the last season and a half as Reading, really. 46 points at home this year from 21, 14 wins, 4 draws, 3 defeats. They've taken 87 points from 44 home games in League One. Only Charlton 87 from 44 as well. Been fantastic at the Madstad as well. Fantastic. Deserve all the credit they have. The supporters are coming in like you wouldn't believe as well. They deserve the support. And fantastic.
Harvey Nibbs, mate. Harvey Nibbs, what a player.
He's a convicted considered who had lent the club money, secure training grounds, stadium, etc. He got repaid. He's suing 12 million in lost profits with exclusivity with Robert Palatek, who is right-hand man of Michael Dell, as in the computers.
Well, hopefully that comes through then, because if we don't want to get to the deadline on the 22nd, where
thing is, as days go on as well, it looks less likely because you're there. It's not how long. I think Anne-Marie made a great point. It's a long process. It's not just you'll hear it today and it'll be done 3 days time. Do you know what I mean? It's there's a lot to it as well.
It's not long, is it? The 22nd of April will be with us pretty soon, Ben. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Exactly.
2 weeks. I'll tell you what, 3 weeks is coming soon as well, mate. 3 weeks is coming soon.
Oh, you're running a marathon, are you?
I am running a marathon.
You don't mention
also,
it.
As well, I just need to say there'll be no show next Sunday. There'll be a show on Monday to make up. So there'll be a show on Monday, the 13th of April. Yeah? Jake, you already know about that. We've already had a chat about it. So don't go
in one ear and out the other.
Out of the mouth of babes, mate. Out of the mouth of babes. Yeah, great victory.
What do you know about babes?
A lot about babes, mate. A lot about babes. Bolton won.
Bristol. Oh, hold on. Oh, look who's coming up the road again. Oh, dear.
Look, the last 2 games, Bristol Rovers have been in the game. They are a great football club with great people. I'll tell you what, Ben Gill, you know.
Oh, you messaged him for the first time this weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a chat with
him.
Ismail.
He's a good lad, is our Ben.
He is, and that's the best thing. I love having it. Honestly, message me. If you honestly, I will reply to anyone.
Apart from me.
About football. Because I don't have anyone to speak to. So message me about football and we'll have a chat about your team. It's always nice to hear what the supporters think of it. Bristol Rovers played Birmingham and Bolton, expected nothing out of those 2 games. They got nothing, but they were in games as well by the scoreline. Bolton have won 5 of the last 6 home league games, getting better at home under Stephen Schumacher. They did lose 1-0 to Stockport County recently, but back-to-back 1-0 victories for Bolton, winning those tightly anticipated games that they probably would have maybe lost 1-0 or drawn on the previous regime as well. However, for Bristol Rovers, they've lost 11 of their last 13 away league matches, winning 1, drawing 1, picking up just 1 point in their last 8 on the road. That is diabolical. That is horrific. Bristol Rovers at home, sound as a pound. They've lost 5 games on the spin. And as said above, for the first time since Joey Barton's first season as Bristol Rovers manager, there's no shame in losing to Bolton Wanderers. They've got simple as this 5 cup finals to go. Burton have got a game in hand, which is going to be tough. It really is. Bristol Rovers have simply got Exeter at home. That's a massive game. The home games are massive for them. The home games against Stevenage and Exeter are massive. If they get 7 points from their 3 home games, I think they'll be okay. Because I think that Burton will need with 10 points. I think that they'll need 10 points. But then Burton would survive on goal difference as well, depending on that as well. So they could need 11. Their away games are simply against Wrexham and Blackpool, which is tough. It's very tough. They're going to have to start getting better. We'll come to Bolton in a minute. For Bristol Rovers, are you worried?
Yeah. In fact, I am, and I can't imagine how their fans are feeling at the moment because going away from home, you just know that you're gonna get beat. Unfortunately for them,
so soft.
Admittedly, yesterday I thought they were better. I actually thought they gave a good account of themselves.
Well, did you watch it, did you?
Hey? I watched the highlights. Yeah.
Good lad.
Is that all right? It's my job, mate. It's my job. Do you know what I mean?
I'm doing. When you get paid.
You tell me, mate. You're the boss. So, you know how all of a sudden it's news in the modern day where footballers don't get paid from the football clubs. Like, who is it? Was it Blackburn that didn't get paid? No, there was a club that didn't get paid. The wages didn't get paid. Now, you're a good lad, James. I enjoy our chats about football. I like how you've ignored my recent message saying that James Collins is better than Joe Taylor, but I'm sure we can come on to that. It was Sheffield Wednesday.
If he was your striker, Collins might be scoring goals now, but he's old and
Sheffield Wednesday.
Young.
Look, listen, you know how you get all this in the news about Sheffield Wednesday, the players not getting paid. I don't get paid. And I'm not, you don't get news articles about that, do you? Hey? You don't get news articles.
You get Wembley tickets. I'm treating you to a breakfast, and I'll treat you to a few beers in Lincoln when we go out. Night out, I'll buy you a few beers and cocktails.
I'm only messing with you, Ben.
No, I tell you what, though, right, as well. What was I going to say then? With Bristol Rovers as well, Conte promise on a cherry.
Bristol Rovers, you mean?
Conte, not Antonio. Conte, promise on a cherry, and Chris Martin out to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Do you think that has a really disadvantage for
massive, because Chris Martins was scoring the goals. Camille Conte was the legs in midfield. Yeah, they're complete. They are. They're massively disadvantaged, aren't they? Because they're without the better players. And then all of a sudden you're asking Shaq Ford, who's had a bit of an issue with discipline over the season, to step up. Ruel Satoru, who's not particularly a goal scorer. And Scott Sinclair as a centre forward. A lot of the pressure is coming on Kofi Shaw, and he's only just turned 18. Yeah, he's a really good talent. And actually, I'd like to point you in the direction of friend of the pod, Charlie Keegan, did a tweet about him, which I think was really good about highlighting about Kofi Shaw. But yeah, really good young player. But with Bristol Rovers, losing Chris Martin, not only does he provide the goals, he adds the experience as well. It's particularly difficult when you don't have a player like that. Burton are finding it tough then without John Daddy at the top end of the pitch, because they're camped in. When teams are constantly coming at you and you play the ball into someone like Chris Martin, it just lets you hold the ball up the pitch of end, win a free kick, get yourself out and relieve the pressure a little bit. So Bristol Rovers aren't doing that. And yesterday, they were trying to play it long and the lads up front just couldn't hold the ball up. And ultimately, the pressure tells and there's a goal. And it, unfortunately for Bristol Rovers fans, comes from a gas boy in Aaron Collins, who respectfully he didn't celebrate. So yeah, it is a shame, and it's a massive disadvantage for them, Ben. They're really up against it. They really are, but they've got to use that. They've got to use that as a little bit of motivation to try and get themselves safe, because they know that this Burton team have not been great at picking up points all season. They know they've got a chance. They've just got to win. Just got to win. I think if they win their home games, they win 2 of their home games, they're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Agree with that. Bolton, massive win towards their playoff hopes. Rotherham at home on Tuesday night is a massive game for them as well.
You going?
Potentially. See how things go. In typical League One live fashion, we are an hour at 62 minutes into a 90-minute show. How many
games have we done?
7.
How do we get worse at this every week?
However, one is a 0-0, right?
Yeah, we're not talking about that. Sorry, Charlie.
1 Shrewsbury Cambridge.
Oh no!
Hang on,
we've got to talk about the boys, haven't we?
4 games. We've got 8. Hang on, 1, 2,
the boys?
3. No, we have. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5. Anyway,
4,
5.
5 games we've not
Since
spoken
New Year's
about.
Day, Mansfield have played 17 matches, won 2, drawn 4, lost 11, 10 points taken in that time, having taken 37 points from their first 23 matches. Lost to Huddersfield yesterday, a great result for the Terriers, who needed a victory to stay within touching distance of the playoff pack. 2 points behind, having lost 4 of the previous 5 games. Massive victory. They've got 6 games to go. They've got to play Wycombe on Tuesday night before trips to Burton, with Cambridge at home coming as well. How likely this Huddersfield team to get into the playoffs? Because I think, for me, I think it's a top 6 as it is. I can't rely on Huddersfield too often.
No, exactly. I thought, actually, I said it on Wednesday, I thought Huddersfield were quite good. They just look toothless. And they've got a £3 million centre forward up front, and they look toothless. Figure that one out.
You mentioned him a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, I do. But they don't play to his strengths. And again, they didn't play to his strengths yesterday. They put the ball in the corner and say, Joe Taylor, go to the corner and run after it. Ben, you saw Joe Taylor last season. Where was Joe Taylor? Joe Taylor's best, between the posts, in the 18-yard box. Put the ball on a plate, bang, Joe Taylor will score. Right? They're not using him like that. And they're using him up front on their own, and it's useless. It really is. They won yesterday, but they beat a really limp Mansfield team who are on the beach, have pretty much secured safety. I've heard a lot from James that's mentioned there about this Rooskins fella.
He got sent off on his debut, didn't he?
Yeah, apparently he's pretty good. Didn't look very good.
His assist yesterday was fantastic.
Yeah, he didn't look very good at the bank, but I'm sure he's a good player. Young
Santander, Nat West?
No, the LNER bank, mate, the Sinsil. Good win for them. Obviously, they needed to win with the teams around them in the hunt for the playoffs, winning Reading, obviously, and Bolton. It was massive for them. I don't think it was vintage. I don't think it was the best that Huddersfield have played all season, but they got the job done. And you know what? They take it another game, don't they? At this point, when you're Huddersfield, all you've got to do is just keep winning. Who cares about the way that you play? You have just got to keep winning in the hope that Bolton and Reading slip up. but because of the quality of those two teams, it's looking less likely. So all of a sudden, it looks like a bigger job. So, yeah, I think we're talking about Huddersfield in League One again next year, which is a shame for their fans. Not a shame for me, because I get to go back to Marston's and have fried chicken, which was lovely. I'm sure you might make a return for that one, Nappers. If you,
I might just come just for that. Yeah.
If you're not on comms. But yeah, look, a good win for them. Mansfield, Ben. I feel like it's important that we do touch on them.
Yeah.
They've had a good season. If you said to Mansfield fans you'd be 17th with 6 games to play,
they won back-to-back games recently as well,
and you'd be 8 points away from the relegation zone. I think every single Mansfield fan would have gone, yeah, okay. But what I think has disappointed them is they started off really well, and they've had that run in the season where they just got battered every single week, which as a Lincoln fan was quite pleasing. But as a Mansfield fan, I'm sure it was quite difficult to go through. But yeah, it's a good season. First season back for them. I fear for Mansfield next season. I think they might have second season syndrome. Obviously, it depends what they do with the manager, because Cloughey's out of contract. Whether he'll stay, no idea. I don't get the idea that he's going to stay. So they've got to take a new direction in the summer. But yeah,
I do worry. You look at ending seasons badly. Does it carry over to the next season sometimes? Maybe you just need a bit of a fresh in the summer. We'll come over that as well. Rotherham United unbeaten in their last 14 league games against Blackpool. For me, foul on a fire for the second goal. Blackpool fans, I think, will be rightly frustrated that I think they've been cost a point at the bare minimum. Frustrating. Look, in 2025, Blackpool are a top 6 side. For me, Blackpool are a top 6 side waiting to happen under Steve Bruce. I'm not even going to make any smart remarks. I'm not. For me, it'd make 5 wins in a row for Blackpool to get into the playoffs. They are only 6 points off with this game in hand. Looks incredibly unlikely. They're averaging less than a point and a half a game. It's going to be very hard to average that. Too many draws, 15 draws. The odd defeat, too many as well. They're probably 10 points, probably worse off than they should be. They'd be over Bolton then as well, because Bolton haven't been great to warrant that. It's the top 5 in an extra spot really this year, I think, if I'm honest with you, in terms of quality. You can see that in the 7-point gap a little bit. That can be reduced to 4, don't get me wrong. But yeah, Blackpool feel slightly unfortunate that the foul. Sonny Carey looks to be leaving the football club. A bit of a reset there will help, I do think. Sadler needs to back Steve Bruce.
Wants to move down south, doesn't he? Sonny Carey, closer to home.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, mate, he's not Kingsland's not far.
Yeah. He's scored a lot of goals this year in recent months as well. But for Rotherham, over 50 points now. The biggest takeaway that we can take of since Steve Evans has come in is that there's been 2 victories.
Sorry, just knowing what I know about Steve Evans and his takeaway last week.
Go on. Expand on the point. Tell the viewers.
I don't know. Look, Steve Evans went to McDonald's and ate a lot of food. I can't go into detail. Yeah.
What did he order? Yeah, he had a peri.
The whole menu, mate. Everything off the menu.
Salad bowl.
Yeah. He had a £40 worth of salad. Yeah. All right, Steve. Of course you did, mate. Yeah. It was a good win for Rotherham. I feel like they've got the mojo back now. Back-to-back wins, obviously, since Steve's left the football club, which is no surprise. A 90th minute winner from Joe Rafferty. Look, for Rotherham, it's all about gaining momentum, isn't it? Trying to find a head coach ahead of next season and see if they can get themselves involved in the promotion spots next year. You'd imagine they'd have every chance, knowing that Rotherham are perennially good at this level. Blackpool, Ben, for you, is it season over? Because speaking to Callum, he seems to think that's Blackpool's season over. He said they'd lose in the morning on the way there. To be fair to him, we got it right. So, yeah, it's a shame for them, really. Apparently, it kicked off in the stands with Blackpool. I don't know if there's any Blackpool fans in the house, but apparently it kicked off with one of the stewards, which is a real shame to hear. But yeah, look, Blackpool, like you've said it so many times, but if Blackpool can back Steve Bruce, they'll be an animal next year, and I'd imagine they'll be one of those teams that are hunting down the top 6.
I agree with you there.
Look at us being quick now, look.
Right. For the next game, we're going to go and morph into 7-year-olds because Stevenage did the mini takeover day, right? Did you see the Twitter? Dan Kemp heads away. Goal. Big goal, really. I'm thinking, I want a Matt
Farley's on the Twitter.
I want Matt Farley over. Big goal. Go on the boys. Go on the
He's
boys.
watching this back. He'll be watching this back tomorrow. He'll be going, we're getting closer to Lincoln. Ooh.
Yeah, 2 points gain on you, Jay. Ooh,
yeah. By the way, he's put me in a group chat, right? Do you know
That's Farley.
Do you know what he's called there? Do you know what he's called there? He's got who's taking the 20 quid with a red and a purple sticker, and the photo is a £20 note. And this is one of the things that gets put in there.
So, anyway. I remember Tony, obviously, when we went to Stevenage away, Tony went, I saw Farley. I went, hey, mate. And he goes, Ben's just round there. And he goes, oh, you're Anyway, he went, how are we? Yeah. And Tony was like, Jesus Christ. Honestly, I tell you what, I can't wait for a few days at Wembley with him. Someone went, is he like what he's online all the time?
All the time.
Yeah. He's kind of that. He's like Tigger. Love him. But anyway, Stevenage won 3-1 yesterday. Stevenage won beaten in the last 8 home league games against Crawley. 5 wins in that time, scoring 2+ in 6 of those matches as well. First winning 5 at home for the Borough after losing 2 and drawing 2 as well. As a great victory for them. The Crawley. Is that them? Is that them done? 2 defeats on the spin, the leakiest defence in the EFL with Plymouth. They are only 6 adrift, but they would feel those last 2 games they needed to really get something from.
Yeah, and they could have beaten Peterborough. Let's
not built on the momentum, have they?
No, they've completely stalled, haven't they? What they've done is people that drive will know they've gone up the gears really quickly. And they've missed a gear and they've stalled, and all of a sudden they're back to square one. 6 points, no games in hand now on them. And to be fair, Ben, you're looking at the fixtures that Crawley have got: Orient on Saturday, Birmingham City away. They've got Exeter at home, which is winnable. Northampton at home, they could be safe by then, and potentially that's a winnable game. And Shrewsbury away. So yeah, it's all. I'm finding it tough to say that Crawley will pick up 6 more points to Bristol Rovers. So for me, unfortunately, it's one of those where I think we can unofficially say that Crawley are probably heading back to League 2 next year.
A great result for
the boys.
Go on, the boys. Doing well, you look at it, scoring goals as well. That's nice. They nearly hit that 40-goal game, 52 points in League 1. That's how I like him now. 52 points in Sky League 1. We're on down the top 12.
In our biggest ever season.
Yeah. He could lose 8 in a row and be so proud. We had a corner.
You call me house proud, but Farley is very much more house proud.
Shrewsbury 0, Cambridge 1. A practice for next season as Cambridge have won the last 3 actually against Shrewsbury at this stadium as well. Shrewsbury have lost 5 of the last 6 home matches as well. Failed to score in each of the last 5 games as well at home. No winning in 11 for the Shrews as they are 13 points adrift. They could be relegated. Could they be relegated Tuesday? Yes, could be relegated Tuesday, I think. 13. Bristol Rovers don't play, do they?
Let me have a look. Bear with me.
No, because they still have 15 to play for. I don't think Bristol Rovers play, do they? No, they can't.
No, they can't. You're right.
You're relegated earliest Saturday.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Talk to you. Okay. Bear with me.
Cambridge still in it. Daylight saved the season.
Daylight savings for Cambridge. Yeah, now that it's light outside beyond 7, they might well keep themselves up.
They're only a point behind Crawley.
Creepy Crawley, we should call them now.
Yeah.
Rather than Crawley. Yeah, I mean, it was a good win for them, wasn't it? Don Ballard, he's scored a couple since going in there, hasn't he? I think he's had a pretty good loan spell, given...
Great goal as well.
Yeah, really good goal. It was a good win. I know Cambridge fans that I know are talking about the battle for 21st. So whilst they maybe are taking in jest that they're probably going to go down, they're at least having fun with it. But yeah, no, it was a good win for them. Look, they need to gather momentum, same as teams that already know their fate for next season. They need to try and build up some steam under Neil Harris. He needs to use these next couple of games like a pre-season to try and figure out how he wants to play, who he wants to keep around. And games like yesterday are exactly what he needs. Good performances across the park. And they went to a team they're likely going to be playing next season and got a win away from home. So he'll be more than happy with that. So yeah, fantastic win for them.
Very, very good win for him as we are ramping through the games now. Leyton Orient 0. Wigan 0.
End of.
This is the type of game that Leyton Orient, unfortunately, have slipped up on over the last season and a bit, really, where they've not got in. And a real chance to close that gap to 4 points yesterday and really keep within that distance. But the 6th draw of the season keeps them out. Wigan didn't even have a shot, Leyton Orient had lots of shots, didn't really provide any quality. A game they'll feel frustrated with, but that's another solid season for Leyton Orient. It's not bad, but not great on the day.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, mate. It's difficult, isn't it? They tried every way to try and break Wigan down, but Wigan are so good defensively. They've been pretty good at going backwards all season, haven't they? I think for Orient now, you can call the season off. I don't think they'll be finishing the playoffs. We told them a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it, that they're not going to take it as far as they could have done. But still, another really progressive season for them. Wigan will be disappointed, I think, with their season. I think it's one that they maybe could have done it more. And you look at a couple of games that they've had, you'd probably say that they've had a couple of missed opportunities to maybe be closer to the top 6. But they're a young team. They're a really young team. I'm sure they'll learn their lessons. They'll sell some big players in the summer, like Tickle, I'd imagine. Get some money in. They've signed some good players. And under Ryan Lowe, Ben, who is a manager I have a lot of trust in, I think we're going to be a force next year. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do, because I think for the first time in a long time, we're going to be an attacking team. They're not going to rely on clean sheets and keeping them out of the other end. They're going to rely on scoring a lot of goals, because Ryan Lowe teams do. So, there's not a lot to talk about in this game, but I think bright sparks for both for next season.
Predictions? Should we go through?
Yeah, we certainly can, mate. So, in terms of predictions, Ben, it was a really close week this week. Let me.
What was the landslide before?
So before going into it, you were in front by 2. So you were on 322 and I was on 320. And then, so this week, again, you've got 10. So you've done really well. You've got 2 correct scores. I just got the 1 this week. You got 10 points and I got 9. So the gap is at 3. You're on 332 and I got 329. You already know the scores that you got right, and I was watching it.
What was the other one? Stockport and
you got Stockport, and you got Shrewsbury, Cambridge. So I went.
Oh, right, okay.
I opened the door for you on that one. I went for 1-0 Shrewsbury, whereas you went 1-0 Cambridge, and stupidly, I left the 2-0 door for Stockport open, like I do. Ben, any idea which score I got bang on the money?
You got, I would say. I'm going to have a look at the fixtures. You didn't get that. Wrexham.
No, I went 1-0 Wrexham. I got the Huddersfield score right. I thought they were going to. Yeah, you left the 2-1 open, so I took the 2-1. So what we're going to do, Ben, is, because I know there's games on Tuesday, but I would like us to do a big double predictions now. You okay with that?
Yeah, okay.
There's no look. We might as well do our predictions.
Get liking and subscribing. Come on,
because we've got another 10 minutes, so we might as well crack on.
Oh,
Easy got 10 minutes, mate. What are you on about? Right, Ben. Starting with you. Mansfield at home to the tricky O's. Leyton Orient.
2-1 Stags.
2-1 Stags.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-0 O's. I think they bounce back. Me, I've got Shrewsbury Reading. I'm going to go Shrewsbury 0, Reading 2.
Shrewsbury 0, Reading 1.
Ben, coming to you, big game. Huddersfield versus Wycombe Wanderers at the
2-1 Huddersfield.
2-1 Huddersfield. I'm gonna go 1 each. Bolton Rotherham for me. I'm gonna go Bolton 2, Rotherham 1.
Bolton 1, Rotherham 0.
Ben, to you for your group of friends. Are they going to do it on Tuesday? Peterborough United versus Birmingham City.
Peterborough 0, Birmingham 2. Well, not quite out of the champion.
I think it'll be closer. I'm going to go Posh 1, Blues 2. Peterborough.
Do you think the Sunday game will have any impact on this one?
Well, there's some players that can play in this game that can't play in the game on Sunday, like Sam Hughes and I would have said Teo Eden could play on Tuesday, but he got stupidly sent off, so he now can't play. He won't play in either. So yeah, no, I think it could do, but I think Blues would rather. I think if you offered Blues a chance to win one, I think they'd win this one. I think they'd rather win this one and get promoted.
No, I think they want the cup because they're going to get promoted anyway.
And then Exeter versus Wigan.
Like Tank saying, "Oh, you're not going to get promoted if you don't win. I've got another 6 games to get promoted."
Yeah, I want them to get promoted now. Any Blues fans? Oh no, it'd be sold out. Never mind. I could go. It's only an hour away. And plus, I don't think I'm massively popular in the Birmingham area. So maybe
all the Peterborough area,
all the Peterborough area for that. Yeah, all the Sheffield area, all the whatever, all the Wrexham area.
Even the Lincoln area is debatable, mate.
Yeah, it's a good point.
You're not quite.
I do question myself. Okay, Ben. Let's take a look at Exeter Wigan. I think it's me first. I think I'm going to go Exeter 1, Wigan 0. Big goal in it, I think.
1 each.
1 each. Okay, Ben, moving on to Saturday. Okay, we've got 10 League One games to predict. Starting off with yourself with Wycombe versus Stevenage.
2-0 Wycombe.
I'm going to go 1-0 Wycombe again at home. Me for Wigan Wrexham, I'm going to go Tix 0, Wrexham 2.
1-0 Wrexham. Late goal wins it. Some do win in their away. We got a full crowd.
I wonder if
we won't know, but
yeah, I wonder if they'll take 4K. I imagine they might do actually. Ben, coming to you for Stockport versus Rotherham.
2-0 Stockport. Not broke, don't change it.
I'm going to go 2-1 Stockport.
You want that?
Rotherham have picked up recently. I think they'd make more of a fist of it. Northampton Reading. I'm going to go Cobbers 1, Reading 2. 6-point week for Reading. For me.
1-1.
Ben, coming to you for Cambridge versus Charlton Athletic.
2-1 Charlton.
I don't know. Cambridge 0, Charlton 2. Did you say 2-1?
Yeah.
I'm first for Lincoln versus Shrewsbury. I think Lincoln win this by 2-0.
2-1. Imagine Appleton gets a win over you. Come on.
Oh God. Ben,
you could relegate him though.
Eh?
You could relegate him.
Oh, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
His team, isn't
right,
it?
Ben. 4-1. 4-0. Love that. Bristol Rovers are playing Exeter City, Ben.
Oh.
I know what I'm going for.
2-1 Gas.
You piece of work.
Come on.
I'll go 2-0 Gas. I'll go 2-0 Gas. Burton Huddersfield. Burton Albion 1. Huddersfield Town 0.
Come on!
The dream is alive, everybody.
2-1 Huddersfield.
And Nappers kills it. Good one, Nappers. Ben.
No, because every time I pick Burton to win.
Coming to you for Crawley versus Leyton Orient.
Crawley, Leyton Orient. Watching Leyton Orient.
Lose away to Crawley.
I think I always predict Crawley to lose, don't I?
No, you predicted Crawley to win on the
Leyton
weekend.
Orient to lose. Sorry, I'll do it again. 1-0 Crawley.
Crawley 0, Orient 1. And then Barnsley Bolton, which seems to happen nearly every week. That game, Barnsley Bolton. I'm going Barnsley 1, Bolton 2.
3-1 Bolton.
They are then. Should we do a 5-6 minute Q&A?
Yeah. Get any questions about life other than football? Maybe if you want to get them in. Less football, the better, please. But if you want football,
I've been called beautiful by David.
Have you?
Thanks, Dave.
How's the gym been this week, Jake?
Well, people who are in Lincoln will know. Unfortunately, my gym, and it's gym to a lot of people. Active Nation, I was a member of. I paid £150 for the membership in January, and all of a sudden they went bust, so the gyms are shut. So now I've moved on to Everlast, which
have you gone in yet?
I haven't gone in yet. I've had someone scout it out for me. I think she said she was going tomorrow to scout it out for me. Yeah. I mean, I actually not long ago sent her the link for this podcast. So whether she's she doesn't support anybody. Whether she's silently watching along, I don't know.
What about her legs and her feet? And there's a Wendy's opening in Blackpool, you know.
We've already got a Wendy's.
Did you take me to Wendy's last time?
No, we didn't go to Wendy's.
What is Wendy's?
It's American fast food place.
Is it nice. Sit in or is it take out?
Sit in. Yeah, it's like McDonald's. What else have we got? Charlie, yes, absolutely, mate. If you make the effort to come to Lincoln, mate, I'll make the effort to go out with you for a nice meal. 100%.
Where's that?
I'm going to see the cathedral, Charlie. Yeah, absolutely, mate. 100%. 100%. If anyone comes to Lincoln away, let me know, and me and Sue will look after. Me and Sue can. Well, I certainly will. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a good time, don't we, Naffers?
Oh, can I just say, I've been saying for weeks, as soon as he wins one game, he'll win a night. He's in the European final, by the way.
Did he win away? Did he win the Premier League?
You see me looking this way. I've got it on my phone, the updates of the score. He's playing Nathan Aspinall, who's in back-to-back European Tour finalists as well. He was 5-3 down against Price and 1-6-5. He took out a big check out.
Nappers, we've been asked by David, how are our personal lives? From Dave.
You go first.
Yeah, I'm all right. My personal life's all right. I'm enjoying the flat, enjoying work, enjoying the gym. Yeah, no, life's all right. Life's okay. I'm going to. What am I doing this week? I'm at work all week, but where are we? We're at home on Saturday, so I can't imagine I've got a massive week planned. So, how about you, Ben?
My legs are killing me, mate. I know I mentioned that a lot, but obviously this marathon in 3 weeks' time, I'm dead, mate. I'm hating every minute. I'm not enjoying running, not enjoying the gym right now. It's tough, so I'm just waiting for that to be over. Trying to bulk up for the gym, as you can see with my fat little cheeks, as well. Me
and David did house tours on FaceTime to each other last night.
I did, yeah. And then other than that, just spend a lot of time on my own, really. So
we have fun, don't we, Nappers? We had a good TikTok live last night.
Yeah, we do. It is Manchester Marathon. Yeah. Do you enjoy your girls' night out?
My girls' day out, absolutely. Yeah, me, Sarah, and Sue. It was bloody lovely. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's good then. That's
great. A great ham ciabatta. Lovely.
Don't, because I'm starving. I'm going to go and have my tea.
We're going to have. What's your... Not now. Normally, just to let people know, me and Nappers both normally head to the cupboard for a post-stream snack because, believe it or not, these streams do take a lot out of you. Being on camera, providing as much research and effort into these streams that we both do. Nappers more than me. You get hungry. So Nappers, I'm asking you to tell the people what is your post-stream snack tonight? Any ideas?
It will be, yeah. It's going to be a bowl of cereal, to be fair, because I'm just trying to get as many. At the minute, I'm just trying to get carbs and protein in as much as I can. Sundays, my day of eating on a Sunday's not great. I get a lot of protein in, but it's just mainly carbs because the long runs, long week, show. It's difficult, very difficult. So a big bowl of cereal, I think.
I've already eaten my post-stream snack.
Post-stream, you've already eaten your post-stream snack?
I ate it for dessert after my dinner.
What did you have?
My Auntie Claire got me an Easter egg.
Oh, did she?
And I've eaten it.
What egg is it?
It was a Galaxy one, so it was absolutely huge, right?
Was it big?
Yeah, it was a big egg. Yeah, it was bigger than your head now.
Was it like how expensive in the shops are they?
I don't know. I don't know how much Auntie Claire would have paid for it. £5, £6.
Like a £5. So no, it's not like one of those cheap £1.99 ones, £2.99.
No.
So it's decent size. Yeah, I'm gonna have a big bowl of. Because at the minute, I'm just trying to get as many carbs in me as I can. So.
I do have some. Now, let me show you.
What's in my snack cupboard? So I've got molten milks at the minute. I've got protein puddings in there. White chocolate fingers in there. I've got Squares bars. Eat a lot of them. But like, I'm a slut for Squares bars, right? But like, I had a chocolate orange one from Asda. And around me,
not just for Squares bars, Nappers.
What?
Not just for Squares bars.
What else?
For everything.
You know, what could I say? I like my protein puddings, granola. No, I had some ice cream. I don't like them. I don't like the flavour.
Cookie dough. This stuff. Phenomenal. Unbelievable. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Sue. Appreciate that. What sort of distance? So I'm doing obviously the marathon, just to mention. So
you're doing a marathon?
I'm tapering now. So So this week, this was my plan this week. It's gone off a little bit because I've not been very well this week. I did 800 times. So I did 3K, 800 times 5 and 4K. So I did an extra K. I did what did I do last? I think I did 22K last Sunday. And then I did 15.5 / nearly 16K on Wednesday after a long day of work, 20,000 steps. And today I did a 7K run on Friday, and I did 16 and a bit K today. So I'm at the moment, I'm kind of not really looking at the distance. I'm just running for the sake of it now. I'm bored. I'm fed up. I just want to focus on the run. I've Wrexham got any top end League One players?
No.
Yeah, I'm ready for it to finish. Right. Thank you very much for watching. 131 likes. Let's see if we get 150. Come on. 150. We can get there. Like, and subscribe. We are on. So we needed to gain 20 subscribers by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for a show on Wednesday. We've gained 7 subscribers. So we've gained 7.
Pathetic.
So come on, subscribe. Let's get to 10 by the time we press end. Thank you very much for watching as well. Please go and follow him on Twitter.
Check the podcast out.
Yeah, it's a great podcast.
Yeah. Okay. I believe you.
It's not. I have.
I believe you.
Mate, I watched last week. I literally watched last week.
Do you know who I had on the preview show this week?
You what?
Do you know who I had on the preview show this week?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I'm sorry?
Who was it?
Yeah.
He'll kick me out, look. He'll kick me out of the stream, look. Who was it?
Yeah, Phil Catchpole. The one I listened to.
We played Charlton.
Yeah.
You had Phil Catchpole on for Charlton.
Yeah. You had Charlton.
You're on my Twitter. Looking.
No, I didn't listen to Charlton. Well, I listened to the Wycombe one.
I had Finchy on.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like. Hang on. Banner.
Anna, get her out.
Thanks for watching. Bye all.
Bye everyone.